Hi, hello, and welcome to my reselling channel, Flippin' Hippos. Today is Monday, so we're doing a what sold on all the things video. I'm taking a new take on my what sold videos in 2026. We're looking at the highlight from all of the platforms that I sell on, and then we just assume that all of the regular bread and butter sales that I always make happened, and we don't need to rehash those every week. We're just looking at highlights, and that can be something that's a super exciting sale, once in a lifetime hit, or it can be items I've pulled out for a teachable moment, because this is a teaching channel. And while I do like to share my wins and successes with you guys, I also like to share my losses and my mistakes so you can learn from me. I also want to teach you along the way. Today I want to put a heavy focus on costume jewelry and pricing it correctly. So before we get into the what solds and looking at the items, I just want to preface this video very quickly with a few conversations I've had recently. And by recently, I mean the past several months, in different groups of resellers with different friends in different environments. And the general consensus is people are really surprised at how much money I sell my costume jewelry for. And some don't believe me until I actually show them, like my solds. It shouldn't be that shocking or surprising if people are comping and pricing items correctly. There never would have been that belief that all costume jewelry is $5 free ship or whatever people think it is, because it's worth more than that. Costume jewelry doesn't necessarily mean a bottom of the barrel piece that you got out of a bubblegum machine. There are a lot of very beautiful costume pieces out there, very intricate pieces that are worth good money. So I want people to understand that costume jewelry can be very valuable and learn how to price it correctly. This is kind of just adjacent to my normal soapbox about racing to the bottom. This is adjacent to that, like price your stuff correctly. But I don't want people to cheat themselves out of more money. It's not being greedy. The more profit you make, the more you can reinvest in your business to grow, if that's what you want to do, or the more you have to put in a savings account or towards your bills or your debt, if that's what you need to do. We should all be maximizing profits as much as we can. And I don't want you to cheat yourself out of that. And I don't want people to overlook things with the assumption that all costume jewelry is not, it's good. I love selling it. Am I creating more competition for myself by teaching you this? I don't think so. Because especially with costume jewelry, the chances that you're going to go out there and find the same exact pieces as me are very small. Now, we can all go out to our thrift stores tomorrow and find the same American Eagle jeans, the same Old Navy jeans, the same Walmart plus size blouses. We can all go out there and probably come home with very similar same items, or exact same. But with costume jewelry, there's very little chance that we're all going to find the same pieces. So while it might look like I'm creating competition, I'm really not. Because if you find a blue rose charm necklace and I have a yellow honkin' chonkin' big beaded bib thing, those are two different kinds of buyers who wear two different kinds of fashion and style. I'm not going to steal that, your elegant small charm person. And you're not going to steal my person who likes loud, big jewelry, right? Okay, all of that said, let's jump into the highlights of the what sold. And there's going to be a heavy hand on the costume jewelry this week so I can show you, in reality, what it can sell for. This is not fine jewelry. It's not silver. It's not gold. It's not real gems. It's not real stones. It's all silver tone, gold tone, rhinestones, crystals, faux beads, and all of that kind of thing that you find with costume jewelry. If you have good photos, good keywords, good titles, costume jewelry can be worth a lot more than people think it is. For instance, I sold this for $20 plus $5.50 shipping. So this I sold for $25.50. I showed this exact necklace to a group of resellers I was talking to a couple months ago, and they did not believe me that I would list this for $25. They said there's no way. That's like a $5 necklace. Well, if they're watching, there you go. There's proof. This is just another vintage elegant piece. And these are eBay. This is eBay. You know, you would expect better prices on Etsy, which I have some of those pulled up as well. This one, all in with shipping, was right around 18, 19 bucks. This has a lot of damage to it. You can see where it's discolored. It's still a cute piece. It's still Wonder Woman. And it sold for right around 23 bucks. $18.50 plus $5.50. My math was wrong. This is just beaded, turquoise colored beads, stacked chunky bracelet. 25 bucks. I did pull this up to show you this too, because since we're along the lines of, hey guys, don't overlook costume jewelry, and I talk about how I sometimes sell Walmart brands and things, there is a common misconception out there that all Walmart brands, Target brands, mall brands are bottom of the barrel and you're not going to get anything for them. I just put this up. It didn't even go on sale. Do you see that? So I list everything in my store. If you're not familiar with how I price, I list everything at 25% higher than I want. And that way, when my 20% sale that I run around the clock grabs items, it puts it at the price I wanted. So I wanted $12.99 for this shirt. See, if it went on sale, it would have been $12.99. So I put it in at $16.24. The sale would have grabbed it. That's great. But it takes the sales that I have running. There's a delay. It takes anywhere from a couple of hours, sometimes up to half of a day, to grab my new listings and pull them into that sale. And once in a while, this exciting thing happens where something sells at this big price before it can even hit my sale price. This is Claiborne. I just listed this a couple days ago. It sold before it could go on sale. A brand that a lot of people like to overlook. A shirt that a lot of people tell me, dress shirts no longer are viable. No one's buying dress shirts. No one's going to the office anymore. Everyone's working from home. You'll never sell a dress shirt, not even the really good brands. I sold a Claiborne for $24. Just saying. All right, this week I had some really good jeans sales on Poshmark, and so I just pulled those up. We did have, like I said at the beginning of the video, all of our regular, remotes, cheapo video games and comic books, the lower end bread and butter, the usual suspects. We had a lot of bread and butter sales on Mercari this week. Nothing to write home about, so I didn't pull any of those up. But I did have a couple of really good jean sales on Poshmark. These are Big Star. And so on eBay, I would put these up for around 36 to 40. And say I put them up for 40, they'd be up at like 22 plus 8 shipping, give or take. I price things differently on Poshmark because they pay for the shipping over here. This is a good brand. You want to look for this brand, Big Star. Sold for 26 on Poshmark. And then I had this little bundle of items, an American Eagle, an Old Navy, and a Hollister. This is almost the trifecta of my bread and butter brands that I like to sell. I also like Gap a lot too. Now these are jeans that on eBay would be 12 plus shipping. So the 3 jeans without the shipping would be right around $36 on eBay, and then you'd add in the shipping. I pay for the shipping label out of what the buyer pays. On Poshmark, they pay Poshmark the shipping. I just print the label. So the $34 for these 3 jeans is really good. I got $2 below what I would want without shipping on eBay. I'm really happy with this. bulk bundle sale, and it shows you my 3 of my favorite bread and butter brands right there. And I should also say that, clearly they got 30% off. I do offer on my Poshmark, if they bundle, they get 30% off the total. And then this is a brand that's pretty decent too. You can see it sold for $34. So this would be like a $40 to $45 pair of jeans on eBay. But maybe, look for maybe. And I feel like boyfriend jeans are still in style. I'm still selling a lot of boyfriend jeans. Skinny and boyfriend. But then again, the boot cut and the wide leg, like flare 70s style seems to be coming back. These were all skinny, all 3 of these. So there's all different kinds of people in this world, though, Everyone is different. Yes, certain things are in fashion, but you have all sizes of people in this world. People who like graphic tees and jeans, people who like dresses. The world is different, and it's full of different people, I should say, and I like to have something for everybody. All right, we're going to go through real quick some costume jewelry that's sold on Etsy, just to again point out these prices. These items would have sold for a little bit less on eBay. I do add $5 to my price on Etsy, but I also offer free shipping. So for instance, if this was going to be $20 on eBay, it would be $20 plus 5 shipping. So that's a $25 all-in price. I would list it at $30 on Etsy, and then I do offers and sales. So this sold for $28. This was a pretty piece. We have this nice inlaid brass, it's a hinged bangle bracelet, $24. This was so cute. This little vintage Red Hat Society. It's an enamel pendant. I love anything that's this Red Hat Society. I do really well with it. So cute. $24. Okay, this very simple seed beaded stretch bracelet. I have it on good authority that most resellers think I should list something like this at $5. It sold for $20. $24. This one was really cute. Look at all this stuff going on here. All the charms. I like busy bracelets. And then the cloisonné. I am probably butchering that word. You can correct me in the comments if you know how to pronounce it. Pretty sure it's cloisonné. This is another hinged bracelet that has all this intricate detailing. It's a very pretty enamel gold tone bracelet, and this one sold for $24. So really don't underprice yourself, don't cheat yourself, and look for costume jewelry or find a place to buy it. You can get it from Whistle Pig Marketplace on Etsy, where I get it. Use code HIPPO and get 20% off. It's a lot more lucrative than I think people realize. And the chances of you finding these same exact pieces as me, I'm not concerned about competition. I'm really not. I feel like other resellers are my coworkers, my friends. They're not my competitors. They're really not. It's coworkers and friends and people I can learn from. So I'm always here to teach, always. Still don't know how to pull up Whatnot sales without showing you my buyer's name and address. So I sorted through my sold on list perfectly on my catalog on the back end. We're just going to kind of take a little walk here. Some of these sold on my Whatnot shows, and some of them sold on static sales. I'm really digging Whatnot these days. Really digging Whatnot these days. I'm doing pretty good over there. I said I wanted to liquidate my plush and get rid of them, and it's happening. That's the way to do it, I guess. All right, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything you saw in this video, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe because it helps me feed my hungry hippos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.